Hi, dear students. Today we will learn 9th standard social science history chapter. In our previous classes, we learned that history is the scientific study of past. In history, we learn events or incidents step by steps according to the different period of time. To study history in a proper manner, the historians have divided history into three divisions. They are ancient history, medieval history, and the modern history. Historians follow this method to write history everywhere. For instance, we can find European history. European history also divided in three categories, that is ancient, medieval and modern history. The ancient history of Europe says about the classical Roman Empire. The medieval history of Europe says 5th to 15th century began with the fall of Roman Empire up to the period of Renaissance. And the modern history begins with the 15th century up to the late part of 18th century. The same way, our Indian history also divided in three categories to study history very easy manner. The ancient history of India says up to the period of 6th century from Indus Valley civilization. Now let us discuss medieval India and political transition. In this chapter, we learn the Rajput dynasties that ruled North India, the contributions of Rajput kings to literature, art and architecture, the arrival of Turks, the impact of Muhammad Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori's invasions, the establishment of Delhi Sultanate, their administration and their contributions. The period between the second half of the 12th century and the first half of the 13th century is recognized as the transitional period in Indian history. Transitional period indicates the preparedness of the society to enter from one era to another era. Dear children, let us see the factors that indicate the beginning of medieval period in India. Turks broke the political system of small kingdoms. Turks are the largest ethnic group in Turkey. They entered to our country and destroyed many kingdoms. Turks established an empire which had a strong centralized power structure. Centralized power structure means concentration of authority at a central point or a person. Monotheism was expounded in the field of religion due to the influence of Islam. Monotheism is a belief that there is only one God. In the medieval period, there were large number of petty or small kingdoms in our country. The rule of small kings is called as multi-state political system. We can see these multi-state political systems in Rajaputta dynasties. Rajaputta is derivative of a Sanskrit word Rajaputra, which means son of a king. Rajputs were recognized for their bravery, faithfulness, and royalty. They were the warriors who fought in the battles and took care of the governing functions. They originated from western, eastern, northern India. They enjoyed their eminence during the 6th to 12th centuries. Let us see the most important Rajaput dynasties that ruled in our country. The first most important dynasty that ruled North India is called Gurjara Pratiharas. There are many mythology behind the origin of Gurjara Pratiharas. They believe that Lakshmana, a Kshatriya of Suryavamsha of Ramayana period, is the founder of their family. According to available evidences, Nagbhatta is the founder of this dynasty. Kanauj was their capital city. Mihira Bhoja and Mahendrapala are the most important rulers of Gurjara Pratihara dynasty. They fought back the frequent attack of Arabs. They had defeated the Palas of Bengal and had extended their empire till Bengal region. An Arab traveler named Suleiman had visited the court of Mihira Bhoja. Pratihara rule declined during the rule of Mahipala, who was succeeded by Mahendrapala. The second important Rajput dynasty that ruled from North India is Garhwalas. Chandradeva was the founder of this dynasty. Varanasi was their capital city. Govinda Chandra is the most important ruler of Garhwala dynasty. Govinda Chandra extended his rule till Malwa and Magadha by defeating Palas. He also defeated the kings of Kalinga and Odisha, the rulers of Kashmir, Gujarat, and Chola had a cordial relationship with Govinda Chandra. Paramaras. After the decline of Pratiharas, Paramaras came to prominence. Upendra Krishna Raja was the founder of Paramara dynasty. Dara Nagara was their capital city. Bhoja is the most popular king of Paramara dynasty. Bhoja extended their empire by defeating Kalyana Chalukyas, Kalingas, Gangas, and northern Kongans. Even there was a great political setback, Bhoja remained undefeated in the area of literature. He himself was a great poet. Solankis. Solankis are the one of the most important Rajput dynasty that ruled North India during the Middle Ages. Mulraja I was the founder of Solanki dynasty. Bhima first is the most famous king among the Solankis. One of the important incident took place during the rule of Bhima first. That was the invasion of Afghan ruler Muhammad Ghazni. Muhammad Ghazni invaded India and looted the famous Somanatha temple. After the death of Bhima, Mulraja II became the ruler of Solanki dynasty. He fought against Ghazni near Mount Abu and defeated him. The famous Jain scholar Hemachandra lived during this period. He compiled a Prakrit dictionary called Deshimala. Karnadeva was the last ruler of Solankis. During the rule of Karnadeva, the military generals of Alauddin Khilji, namely Ulugh Khan and Nasrat Khan, defeated Karnadeva and made the kingdom of Solankis a part of Delhi Sultanate. Chandelas. In the beginning, Chandelas were the subordinate of Pratiharas. After the decline of Pratiharas, the ruler called Danga declared himself independent. Danga was the most famous king among the Chandelas. Now let us find the achievements of Danga. Danga took hold the eastern part of Paramara kingdom. Danga extended his kingdom by defeating Palas and Andhras. He extended military assistance to Hindu Shahi king Jayapala to fight back attacking Turks. Because of these achievements, he assumed a title Maharajadiraja. Later, Khiljis attacked the kingdom and conquered. Chauhans. The Chauhans are the most prominent among the Rajput rulers. The Chauhan dynasty started its rule in the Ajmer region of Rajasthan. Prithviraj Chauhan was the most prominent ruler of Chauhan dynasty. The well-known bravest Prithviraj Chauhan defeated the Chandelas of Bundelkhand and gained Mehaba and Kalinjar regions. Prithviraj Chauhan fought two battles against Muhammad Khori. They are known as First Battle of Tarain and Second Battle of Tarain. In the year 1191, First Battle of Tarain, Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Muhammad Khori. Even Muhammad Khori was severely wounded in the battle. He escaped from the battlefield. But in the next year, in the second battle of Tarain, Khori defeated and killed Prithviraj Chauhan. Even after the death, Prithviraj Chauhan remained a symbol of bravery in the minds of people. The contribution of Rajaput. The Rajaput kings encouraged the art, culture, and religion liberally. The Rajput kings themselves were scholars. Kings like Bhoja and Munja have written various literary works. Rajput king Munja had poets Padmagupta and Halavida in his court. King Bhoja had extended his royal patronage to the Jain scholars Shantisena, Prabhachandra Suri, and Ganapala during his rule. The poetic was like Jayadeva's Gita Govinda, Bharavi's Kiratarjuniya, Bhartrhari's Ravanavadha, Mahendra Pala's Kavya Mimamse were written during the rule of Rajputa. The important dramas composed during this period are Rajashekara, the court poet of Gurja Padiharas, composed two important dramas. They are Bala Ramayana and Karpura Manjari. During 8th century, the Sanskrit scholar Bhabodhi composed Mahavira Charita and Uttara Ramacharita. The important historical work during the period of Rajaput are Kalhana's Rajatarangini. Sanskrit scholar Jayaniga composed Prithiraja Vijaya. Hemachandra composed Kumara Palacharita. The important biographies of this period are Prithviraj Raso by Chand Bardai and Bhoja Prabandha by Ballala. Gujarati, Rajasthani and Hindi languages developed during this period. The educational institutions of Nalanda, Kashi, Vikramashila, Ujjaini received support from Rajaput. The famous fort constructed by Rajaput are Chittor, Mandu, Ranthambore, Jodhpur, and Gwalior. They built a palace like Jaipur, Gwalior, and Udaipur. Rajput kings built beautiful temples on Mount Abu. The important temples among them are Dilwara Temple, Vimala Temple, and Lonavasi Temple. All these temples are beautiful and known for the artistic architecture. During the time of Chandelas, many temples built in Khajuraho. Shiva and Vishnu temples were more in numbers among the temples built during their period. Along with the architecture, the Rajput kings encouraged paintings. The painting style of this period is classified as Rajasthani painting style and Pari painting style. Rajasthani painting style can be seen in Mewar, Buchanir, Jodhpur, Jaisalmer, and Buni. Pari painting style can be seen in Kosali, Jammu, and Karwal. Like this, Rajput have a great place in the history of our country.